Hey guys, welcome to the Wave Crypto Club. We talk about all things crypto. I've been getting a number of requests for a review on Solana, and I finally did that. So I went through Solana end to end, and here's my take on it. Right, in one sentence, my take is that it's great in terms of architecture, what they have thought through, roadmap, the ecosystem, and every possible thing. But I will not invest in it. Right? Why such a paradoxical stand? Watch the video to find out. So Solana is one of the Ethereum killers, probably the Ethereum killer as it was dubbed last year, as it rose in price and as it became more and more popular. So Ethereum had one problem, which is that it was too slow. Transaction number of transactions per second was extremely slow, and Solana, tried to address that issue by making changing their consensus method from a proof of stake or proof of work that Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc. use to something called proof of history. Right. So what is proof of history? Proof of history brought in a dimension of time into the whole. They brought in a dimension of time into the whole consensus mechanism, and that's how they were able to scale it up very quickly. I'll not go in detail into that. The white paper is there for you to read about it. If you look at developer resources, they have created a number of resources. They use a language called Rust, on which this is built. It's slightly more difficult than the Ethereum virtual machine. NFTs. That's one of the big spaces that Solana is into, because the average mint cost on for an NFT on Solana is about $1.5. That's extremely low. Over 5.7 million NFTs have already been minted, so they're doing extremely well. There are a number of apps, marketplaces, etc. for NFTs on the Solana ecosystem. You have a number of NFT projects like this, or like what you're seeing on the screen, that have already come up. DeFi gaming payments are some of the other interesting sectors that they are really working with. There is more than $11 billion of value locked in the DeFi space, more than $430 million of average 24-hour volumes, and transaction fees extremely low at $0.18. In terms of gaming as well, although I feel they are saying that they have Web3 games with Web2 speeds and so on. I think if you look at, let's say, the average fee and so on, I think something like a Wax is much better suited for gaming. But even Solana is doing pretty well in it. Even in terms of payments, right? They have come out really well in terms of payments, because the average transaction fee is so low, right? There is about $4 billion worth of stablecoin circulation on Solana ecosystem. The average daily accounts over 280,000 accounts. That's insane, right? That's insanely good. In terms of validators, this is where I felt a little bit of a problem. The number of validators is less than 2,000. This is quite low, right? This is one of the concentration risks, as I would put it. Their ecosystem is doing pretty well. They have a long list of apps that have built on top of it. So what's the history behind this? Solana was founded back in 2017 by a very enterprising founder. If you go to contributors. If you see the background of this person, he led developing operating systems at Qualcomm. He worked at Dropbox. He held 2 patents for high performance operating systems. So he has done something phenomenally well, right? Now he has a good history, a good track record of what in the tech space. Eric Williams is the chief scientist. He studied data science and he heads data science and token economics. He interestingly studied particle physics at Berkeley. He received a PhD from Columbia. He worked at CERN. He did a postdoc in medical physics, and he led data science, at another company. That's another interesting profile, right? So going by the founders, it's you're in good hands. The team is pretty good. The roadmap has been good so far. They have a long list of amazing investors, including one person here called Lyndon Rive. Now, he's interesting because he's the cousin of Elon Musk, right? He's also co-founder and CEO of SolarCity. That makes it really interesting. They have a number of blue chip investors who have really invested into them. In terms of tokenomics, it's not it's not a fixed supply. It is an inflationary supply. The supply is I think increasing at a rate of 8%. It will reduce by about 1.5% every year to finally top off at 1.5% by about 2031. So the supply is constantly increasing. What this means for you is that if you're holding Solana, then the value is organically degrading every single year by about at least 8% right now, and further on a lesser value than that. But it is an inflationary token. I also checked out the ratings and what are people talking about it. Fairly good ratings, right? People are giving decent ratings for Solana. However, I had my concerns, right? What is my concern? Well, my concern was broadly around the fact that Solana had faced some issues, and that is what I was trying to check in terms of the ratings. But none of the ratings, none of the ratings seem to be highlighting that. So what I decided to do is, go deeper and check it out for myself. Right? So what were the issues? Well, now the first issue was that Solana blockchain halted for over 4 hours. This does not happen to a blockchain, right? This was in June of 2nd of June 2022, just 2 months ago. This does not happen to a blockchain. A blockchain cannot just stop just like that. It means that most likely everybody faced a bug, which was the problem again. They found a bug. This is the seventh time this year that as of this article, seventh time this year that the blockchain is halted. Now this bug seems to be causing some serious problems. This is not something that happens with normal blockchains, right? It is bad that something like this has happened. So that is one serious concern. Now, the second one is this: they tried to take control of a whale account that had about $20 million worth of Solana, because it was, it could have been a systematic risk for the entire DeFi space. There was an emergency power granted to Solana Labs to temporarily take over the whale's account. However, after much outrage, that vote was sort of withdrawn. But that's what I am seriously concerned about. It does not happen with a blockchain. With anything that is decentralized, these kind of issues cannot happen. This one move is enough for me to never invest in Solana, and that's the reason why I am staying away from it. However, if you're interested, Solana is today trading at about $43. Market cap about somewhere around 15 billion. Right? It is down by about 83%, much like any other crypto, down by more than 80-90%. So even Solana is down. If you think it's interesting, it's up to you whether you want to get in or not. But personally, for me, I'm out of Solana. Right? Something as risky as this, I'm not really willing to, put my money on that. And that's one reason why I think, Solana is not really an investment for me. Having said that, hope you like the video. Like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Welcome to the Wave Crypto Club.